My humble pranams and regards to all the monastic members and Sannasinis present here, especially General Secretary Maharaj, Swami Shivamananji, Swami Gautamananji, and all others very senior and revered Maharajas, and also Chairman Srimad Swami Shashankanji Maharaj. My regards and good wishes are for all the different Parishad representatives assembled here. I will present a summary of the speeches of all the 8 speakers who spoke in Bengali this morning on set topics. At the onset, I beg excuse from the learned speakers if I am not able to give proper emphasis on what they said according to their expectations due to my limitations and limitations of time. Our first speaker was Sri Devapriya Sarkar, convener, Howrah Parishad. His topic was selflessness formed the foundation of an ideal ashrama. Sri Sarkar quoted Swamiji and said, "The degree of unselfishness marks the degree of success everywhere." Swamiji further said, "Are you unselfish? That is the question. If you are, you will be perfect." Where the members of the governing body of an ashrama are unselfish, have no vested interest, there the ashrama becomes ideal because it is founded on a strong ground. It functions smoothly and have a positive contribution to the society and Ramakrishna Vivekananda Bhakti movement. If otherwise, there will be ego clashes at every step and no integrity, no progress. Sri Sarkar said, to work as a group for any conjoined action, jealousy, selfishness, etc. are a bane. He further discussed about Shashi Maharaj's role in the early days of Bharanagar Math, how unselfishly he served his monastic brothers and became a sort of pillar or foundation stone. Our next speaker was Sri Dhujyoti Prasad Mitra, convener, Hugli Parishad. His topic was involving youth group and giving them responsibilities in ashrama activities. Swamiji had great expectations from young people. Since young people are not yet entangled in family and related commitments, Thakur's direct disciples were also mostly young. Swamiji said, "My faith is in the younger generation, the modern generation. Out of them will come my workers." Swamiji wanted youth should have life building, man making, character building, assimilation of ideas so that they can stand on their own feet. Blessing the youth, Swamiji said, "Be possessed of Shraddha, of Virya, attain to the knowledge of Atman and sacrifice your life for the good of others, for your country and countrymen. This is my wish and blessing." Elders in the ashrama should try to fill up the mental gap with the youth and attract the youth with love and affection and hand over the responsibility of ashrama activities on them. Given responsibility and right values and training with the Holy Trow's ideals, the youth group will become next generation leaders of the ashrama and future assets of ashrama and society. Third speaker was Sri Saidas Chattopadhyay, convener, Madhyabanga Parishad. His subject was devotees do not belong to any caste. Devotees' participation in worship of ashrama shrine. Sri Chattopadhyay said, according to Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother, Sri Sarada Devi, the devotees do not belong to any caste. Devotee is the best identity of a devotee. Sri Chattopadhyay cited several instances from the life of Holy Mother where she went against the then society's norms regarding castes. Holy Mother Sri Sarada Devi has set examples in her life by initiating disciples from low castes, serving food and cleaning the leftovers of even Muslim devotees. Mother embraced Swamiji's Western disciples and had food with them. When one is a devotee, he is beyond all caste restrictions. Such a devotee with yearning and willing heart, who have learnt the method of puja or worshipping of Thakur Uma Swamiji, should take turn for regular puja in the shrine of an ashrama. This is according to the guidelines for Parishad members. This is also always preferable than to appoint a so-called Brahmin priest who is paid to do this job. Devotees will perform the puja out of devotion. Our next speaker was Sri Bikash Palodhi, Joint Convener, Bardhaman Makura Purulia Parishad. His subject was Service to Ashrama is verily the service to Thakur. Sri Palodhi said, an ashrama is a place where troubled, restless, aggrieved persons come and find solace and shelter through the sympathetic, selfless touch of fellow beings. Sri Ramakrishna said, goal of human life is realization of God. Swamiji said, gist of all worship is to be pure and to do good to others. Mother said, love is our forte. It is through the love that Master's family has taken shape. With this attitude in the background of our mind, whatever service we give to the ashrama, whether cleaning the garden or keeping the ashrama surroundings clean, keeping accounts or worshipping the deity, all become verily the service to Thakur. If our hands are engaged in the ashrama work and mind remain engaged in taking Thakur's name, the service of ashrama become verily the service to Thakur. Our next speaker was Sri Gopal Chandra Bosak, Convener, North 24 Pargana Parishad. His topic was provision of money and its proper use in running ashrama activities. He started saying that if the ashrama runs according to the ideology of Thakur Uma and Swamiji, there will be no dearth of money. Sri Ramakrishna said, he is a man who is not a slave of money. Sri Bosak enumerated the various sources from where ashrama funds are made available, like membership subscription, donation, Purnami box collection, proceeds from sales of books, cassettes, incense sticks, etc., collection of advertisement money from publication of souvenir, etc. Besides, for specific projects, donation can be collected from government sources, NGO, MLA and MP fund, foreign contribution and appeals through popular magazines. Regarding proper use, Sri Bosak quoted Swamiji's advice, Shaker kori mache jabe na, that is appropriate use of funds for which the donation was collected. He also said that using funds by economically planning some long-term service projects, taking up small projects which will help improve the conditions of local people requiring small funds, and when this is successful, this will build trust and our stand will become on firm footing. He said that accounts should be kept transparent, expenditure should be done according to the income tax laws for charitable institutions, the audited reports should be published and made available for the donors to see. Our next speaker was Sri Nibir Sen from General Coordinator, Tripura Parishad. His subject was service to the needy and devoutness to God. Swamiji said, the only God to worship is the human soul in the human body. Man is the Taj Mahal of temples. Sri Ramakrishna said, Jiva is vegetable Shiva. Shiva Jnane Jiva Seva. Swamiji also said, he who sees Shiva in the poor, in the weak and in the diseased really worships Shiva. Feel blessed that you have given the privilege to serve one of his children. With this attitude of mind, serve the distressed. Then mind becomes pure, ego and selfishness is removed. So when one is established in this attitude of mind and serve the distressed, the service becomes devoutness to God. The service to the humankind in the form of Shiva bring him realization of Shiva. Selfless service requires a combination of karma, bhakti and jnana yoga and leads one to realize his divinity. Our next speaker was Sri Subhash Mitra from Hooghly Parishad. Subject was preaching Swamiji's ideology in educational institutions. Sri Mitra said, in an education institution we get students, teachers and guardians. The special importance of educational institution are that we get a reserve of young minds. If the ideology and life of Thakur Ma Swamiji is presented among them in study circles, making arrangements of some competitions, quiz, essay writing, set speech, drama, then the right values in life and whatever great and noble will be ingrained in their tender mind, and they will grow up to become good citizens, upright, honest, helping and with good character. These elevated and motivated youths can influence their friends and others where they live. The ashrama should keep in touch with local schools and influence teachers, or some teachers who are members of some ashrama can influence others in their schools to make available Ramakrishna Vivekananda literature in the schools. Knowledgeable members of the ashrama and occasionally some monastic members, with the help of teachers, can make necessary arrangements to hold study circles, competitions, etc. in the school. Our last speaker, Professor Kamakhya Prasad Chaudhary, convener, Uttar Purbanchal. His subject was executive committee members of ashramas should have knowledge about Ramakrishna Vivekananda literature. Bhavapocha was in the memorandum of Ramakrishna Mission Association, which was founded on May 1897, where Swamiji wrote, quote, increasing interest and expansion of the movement to diffuse Paramahansa Deva's ideas, teachings and principles, unquote. Professor Chaudhary said Swamiji's mission was man-making. Swamiji said, be and make. Those who are at the helm of an ashrama and are supposed to spread the ideology of Swamiji, Thakur and Ma should have knowledge by studying and assimilating the ideas presented in the Ramakrishna Vivekananda literature. Thus, when they are equipped with the bhava of Thakur Ma Swamiji, they will be able to run the ashrama smoothly according to the ideology and guide and direct youths and other devotees in the light of that bhava. So the private ashrama which are members of Ramakrishna Vivekananda Bhavapocha Parishad will have to play a role in spreading the ideology of the Holy Tower. Before one can preach, he has to be knowledgeable. And he quoted that Lord Buddha said, Atmadipa Bhava. When executive committee members become imbued with the ideology and become Atmadipa, they can kindle the light in others. We had a session just before this where several learned sadhus spoke, and they have covered many of the things which was a sort of gap in the speeches of the previous speakers. And we have learned a lot in this afternoon session from different Swamijis, including Swami Shwetanandaji, Swami Sarvasthanandaji, Swami Nitya and other sannyasis who are present there. We are grateful to them, and I am grateful to all of you, and particularly Swami Shivanandaji for allowing me to be here and give a speech. Thank you.